Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. How are all you doing? I hope you're able to get out in nature somewhere. And I am so sorry for this background. I am going to have to find another spot to do this, but like I put in the one video, is I'm going to be testing a lot of things out and finding, what works and what doesn't work. So I just want to reach out to you and say how much I miss you. And you might have not seen the other videos, so you might not know quite what's going on with Starlight, but I don't want you to feel sad. It's just that sometimes we go through some stuff, and the universe is going to show Starlight some interesting things as she goes through this transition. And so Starlight, last night was her very first night, at least for 2023, to be homeless again. So this is not my first time being homeless, so this is like either the fourth or the fifth time. Sorry, mosquitoes are out. So I don't want anybody to worry, because Archangel Michael and the universe has got my back. I am very safe, so anyway, enough about me. Is I really want to reach out to all of you and see how all of you are doing. And I hope, besides getting out in nature, I hope that you're getting, getting out. And I went to a beautiful hiking trail today and met a lot of people out there, and it is really great to see a lot of people getting out. And I have noticed throughout my life for hiking is a lot of people seem to get out at the fall time, because it's not too hot. And then where I went today, a lot of the colors are changing, so things happen quick at this time of year. So anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and thank you for coming by and visiting me. And also, if you want to see a change in the world or be a change in the world, you can by giving my videos a thumbs up. That way YouTube will send these videos out to other people. And also, you could share my videos with your family members or a friend, a stranger, somebody that really could use this help here. And also, besides sharing my videos with your family member or friend, or even a cat or a dog down the road, and you can also share my videos with a bird, so yeah, you could share my videos with anyone. And also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, plus you can push the notification bell, and I will ring the bell. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I really love all of you, and like I said earlier, don't worry about Starlight. Starlight's going to be out there and about looking for a job, so hopefully the universe will bless me with one as soon as possible. That way I can get things rolling in my life. And sorry, I'm getting distracted. There are people out here, so this is new for Starlight. I gotta stay focused here. Besides, I can smell some marijuana. So yeah, I do love all of you. And tonight actually, it's 5:45 in my area. So tonight I want to reach out to you, and I have dealt with this my whole life, so I don't know if you struggle with this, and it's something I am growing. I can't say I have arrived on this, and it's do you always respond the right way when it happens to you, and sometimes in life that you don't have a chance to respond in the right way. So sometimes we might react the wrong way because it hits us so quick, and we didn't have even time to figure out how to react, and that is absolutely normal. But I definitely know is you can either make problems worse or better. All depends on how you respond or react to certain things. So I definitely have gone through some tests last week, and I can't even really, the beginning of the week really hasn't really started yet, but you're going to be tested. You could be tested by your mom and dad. You could be tested on your brothers or sisters, your grandpa, grandma, husband or wife, your kids. How do you always respond to your kids? And it's so important how you respond. Is you can make matters worse for them, or you can make matters better for them, depending on how you respond. So I know I'm going to touch on that part with the parenting is I did witness a lady that her daughter, a little girl, I had my backpack on with me, and I had some odds and ends in there, and it just I went to a rose garden in the Schenectady area, New York area, and they have a beautiful, that mosquito wanted to go up Starlight's nose. Sorry, it's not an airport. Is, the little girl, because it was a rose garden in there, it's so beautiful, is that the little girl pricked her finger, and blood did come out really good. I was really surprised that, she did get pricked really good. But the mom really overreacted over this, and wanted to call 911 for her little girl, or actually it was a little boy. And, he was crying, he was upset, he didn't have no clue to what that was, so it was shocking to him. But things could have been handled a lot different, Oopsie, I'm going to eat mosquitoes out here. So I'm going to have to actually do these videos at a different time, but I'm going to finish doing this video. So I apologize for me moving around, but I do not want mosquitoes up my nose, in my mouth, in my eyes, so I am so sorry. Yeah, and I have seen many moms mainly, but dads could really go through the same stuff. Is nobody wants to see their kids get hurt. Most of parents, I would have to say, so like when the first time your child falls down and gets hurt, and the child reacts because the child never experienced that before. So how do you respond to your child, getting hurt? And what I've noticed, if you respond in a really, really horrible way, they're going to look at you and they're going to respond even worse than really what it is going on with them. So it's so important, especially first timers, for parents, moms, or moms and dads, is to when they get hurt or something shocking happens to them, be cool about it. Don't overreact or respond in a really bad way, because your child is gonna be affected big time. And when they get older, they're gonna have a really hard time when really bad stuff happens to them, because they were brought up under that their whole life, and now they overreact over everything. So that does happen. I was a funny mom with my kids. I thought it was funny. And you might think that's horrible, Starlight. Why'd you do that to your kids? I tell my kids these stories that my daughter, she was my first, and so with her is that she was crawling. It was the crawling stages. They're starting to learn how to walk and stuff. A little, they might be a little, fall down at times, where they're crawling around and they get under the table, they crawl under a chair, and they get stuck. Well, Starlight didn't go help her kids when they got stuck. I'm like, hey, you're fine. There's nothing happening. You're safe. As long as they're safe, I'm not saying if they're in danger, don't help them out. But if they're not hurting themselves, and a little bump, and they're going to get little bumps here, little bruises, but, my daughter would go under a chair or something, and she would get stuck. And I just sat there twiddling my thumbs like, I was learning from her, and she was learning too. She was learning that, hey, I did get in here. I need to find my way out, and that's what I was teaching her. So was it a horrible thing because I didn't run over there and hurry up and rest? No. It was good that I did that, because that's gonna happen more times, and if I just helped her out, then she wouldn't have learned anything of how to get out from underneath that chair, So you don't want to run right away, and and it's really hard for even kids when they're growing up and they start falling in love. How do they respond? It is horrible. I would have to say females, but there are some sensitive boys out there, just like some sensitive girls like Starlight was, or a lot of females, but normally females get more picked on, about their emotions than boys do. But there are some sweet boys, sweethearts out there, and they're boys, but they are, they have a huge heart, and they are sensitive, and, they might have, they get hurt, and they do care. And is that there anything wrong? No. So don't beat your sons up because they have a heart and they have emotions. They need to know what those emotions are. They need to feel them out, and to really understand what that feeling feels like, what that emotion feels like. And instead of yelling, like at your daughters, or your sons, and telling them to shut up or knock it off or whatever, some parents might say to their kids, and what I learned from a deep diver, which was so beautiful, is, and I'm going to use that, I know he doesn't mind, is that, I wish I had somebody that told me this when I was younger, is, if you get hurt, or if they get hurt, have your time where you can cry, there's sometimes kids might lose their dog might, they might lose a loved one in their family. Are you going to just tell your son to snap out of it, because his grandma and grandpa or somebody passed away, or his pet? No, let him have that time. But like my, this deep diver out there made a video before and said, you're going to get hurt, you're going to go through a lot of stuff, have your moment, cry for maybe 15 minutes or less than that, and, and then get yourself back together again after those, after you're like, because sometimes, and I know I've gone through this in my past, is that, being a female, I have to say, and because I'm an empath, is that, I cried for a long time, and it was a downward spiral, because then I was thinking of all this negative stuff too that was connected to it, and then I was having a pity party, and then I got crying even more, thinking nobody cared about me, where really if it was 15 minutes, I could experience those emotions and those feelings that go along with whatever I'm going through. But then I can say, okay, Starlight, that's enough. That's enough right now. It's okay that you cried and you were able to cry out loud, because crying out loud is very healing. You got to let that out and experience with those, what, a lot of people say are horrible, but, if emotions were horrible, where would we be if we never got to experience what love is like? No, you wouldn't want to just say, you're feeling the emotions of love. Stop feeling that way. No. The feeling of love or higher love is an awesome feeling. Sorry, I got to adjust this a little bit. Is that the sun is kind of popping over here. And so yeah, you definitely, even when you get angry, in the Bible it says, to be angry and sin not. So is it wrong that you get upset and you get angry about something? No. You know, like some kids are told that that's not okay behavior. It is okay, but just like the crying part. But and the other side of that is about anger, is to be angry and to not. So and anger is a very tough one. Have dealt with that before in my life, where I felt like I might have been around the wrong people. I never behaved like that in my life, and it lasted longer than I couldn't imagine. I was like, what is, like, my chemicals in my body or something was making me feel that way, and I never felt that way before. I didn't understand and why it was holding on to me so long, and I it was to the point where I'm like, man, I don't want to be around anyone. I was so upset, and I didn't even know what triggered the whole thing. It was so weird. So you gotta feel those feelings out, but be safe. Don't do anything to hurt yourself, and please, don't hurt anybody else. Don't go out and try to think of a way of revenging, and paying somebody back, or, because that's going to just hurt you later on. And it's almost like when you do something like that, it's a closed door in your life. You're going to add more problems than to really help you out in life when that happens. And I am so sorry for the background noise, but I like I said, it's gonna take a while for Starlight to get adjusted. So this is my learning lesson here with my video making is, I don't like the traffic in the back, or the sounds of the cars going back and forth, or that motorcycle I just heard behind me. So this is something I have to work on. Yeah. How did Starlight react? I didn't expect that one. So anyway, even when you get your heart broken, is how do you respond? Is when somebody breaks up, it is always good, like to have some time alone to understand how you feel and to deal with those feelings. So I really don't want you to respond in a negative way. And what I do, like when I have a bad day, well, I say a bad day, it feels like a bad day. It could be a day that you are learning some lessons. Maybe somebody is treating you in a not such a great way, and, it affected you in a negative way where you feel sad and you can't believe that they're treating you like that. And that part is that you got to realize that not everybody is in control of their life. Sometimes there's another force out there that are controlling them, and it could be definitely causing, tripping you up, because that person's really not in control of their life. Like, they might not even be awake, even though they're walking around and they seem like they're awake, but it's the part of the matrix. I learned that a couple of years ago. I just couldn't believe, the things that people were saying, and I'm like, you know what? I need to get the heck away. I can't be around that person. No way. I tried so hard to understand, and then bam, it hit me one day. So, if you don't, sorry about that. Starlight had a really hard time sleeping last night, so I have to adjust some things tonight. You have to really, if you're not handling something, and like you are getting any really strong emotions like anger, or bitterness and all that, find some, go try to get, go out in a woods somewhere, but really, if you got anger issues, driving on the road might not be the greatest for you. Like, calm down, before you get behind a car, because I've known many people in my past that, being angry or upset and driving does not mix, So you do, like they say, alcohol and wine, drinking the combination of both of them back and forth, or mixed drinks and beer, don't mix. You're gonna find yourself having a mess later on if you drink too much. But Yeah, you definitely do not want to go behind a steering wheel in a car when you're upset and you're angry, because I've witnessed many people doing that in their life, and I've actually experienced that myself, where I was in a rush and I had to get somewhere, and the cars weren't going fast enough, and I was like, I have to get home, I have to figure this out and stuff like that. So you really definitely want to, like, respond in a good way, and you don't want to get behind a car, driving when you're upset and angry, because you want to keep yourself safe, and besides, you want to keep other people on the street safe as well. So I love you, and that's why I want to make this video, is because we can make things worse in our life. I gotta readjust again, sorry about this. Is we can make things in our life worse, and all on how we actually respond to what is going on. So think twice, and really what helps me out is when I get upset and I calm down, is that I meditate, or take a walk out in nature. And the other thing that I like to do is, you might not be into this like Starlight is, of course now I can't do this, is to take a bath. That is my go-to for a lot of things, and some people might not agree with that, but that is where it's very healing for me to take a nice bubble bath. I haven't had one of those in a while, but to relax. Don't go get a can of beer or glass of wine, because it could make things worse in your life if you are upset, and and then you overdrink, and they say, like, on a liquor store is wine and spirits, so spirits will come out, and I've had that happen to me many times in my life, where somebody that I was with or around, and they drink too much. It could have been an old friend, or an ex, and bam, they can black out, and crazy stuff can happen when you're intoxicated. So and that's why it's so important that you think, don't put the pieces together first. Don't just assume that you got all the pieces and everything figured out. Sometimes it's best to just not say anything for a while, and like to have some time to figure out what is going on, why everything is going on, and you don't want to put a lot of attention on those things, and you don't want to, you want to stay in the now, really, is because that's what happens to us naturally, is that we're, when something bad happened to you, is that you're thinking, you keep on thinking about it over and over again, where we don't want to put all the energy on something that happened, and but you can control on how you respond and how you handle the situation. Take some time out, sometimes it's good to write things down on paper with a pen, and write down what happened, and or go to therapy, and sometimes just by talking to somebody. Don't just talk to just anyone, okay? Because I have learned that in my past, is like, find somebody that loves you and is patient with you, and they give you good sound advice. They're great listeners. Plus, they're the kind of person that might give you some good insight or whatever, and somebody that you can trust, because you just don't want to spill the beans just on anyone out there. They could tell you the wrong answers, how to react to the situation, or they could talk to other people about what happened, and gossip about you, or like with drama and stuff like that. So you really got to be wise. If you have anybody that loves you, like I said, or even go to therapy, counseling and stuff like that. I go to therapy because I need support. I'm going through a lot of stuff in my life right now. So it's good where I can say, yeah, there's times I am going to talk to her about something that happened last week, because, but I don't need to tell everybody what happened last week. And that's what Starlight did her whole life, is, and I got that from a family member. Somebody always did that, and you pick up bad habits from other people, thinking that is normal, so if something bad happened to you, you know, don't go and tell everybody. Starlight did that all the time, you know, and I did know somebody, you know, in my life now. I don't really see them a lot, but what they would do is they would tell everybody, you know, whatever it was, and normally it's something that they got upset with, somebody did them wrong, or they couldn't believe what somebody did, and they went and they told every single person, either that they came to the house or that they called on the phone and said, you wouldn't believe what Starlight did. Starlight said this, Starlight said that, you know, or whoever, and what happened is that it was such a habit, they forgot who they actually told, and so you might go and visit that person, and then they would be telling you stuff that happened a month ago, and you already heard it a month ago, but they're still hanging on to what happened a month ago. They're still upset about what happened a month ago, and so they repeat the same story to everybody all over again. And so I was around that. Sorry about that. I'm not trying to hit you, but mosquitoes. So you really, you know, you don't want to be in the gossip and drama, but you got to really figure out who is the right kind of people to talk to without them talking behind your back or twisting story. You know, there's people out there that do that. So, and therapy can be very helpful, and you know, is that, and it takes time to actually find the right one. So I do encourage you, if you need somebody to talk to, you know, Starlight said in the beginning of making YouTube videos, which I did not do that. I kind of got distracted and forgot about doing that, is I did want to have a way, but you know, my channel is still growing yet, so that would be a lovely thing for me to do. Whoops, sorry, I gotta adjust a little bit again. I feel like I'm playing musical chairs with you. So yeah, you just definitely want to make sure whoever you are talking to, that they're safe. Now you got my back of my vehicle in the picture. I do, not you. So yeah, is find somebody that you can, you know, that is safe, that you can talk to, like a therapist or a counselor. You know, if your mom or your dad are good listeners and they don't judge you for what you're going through, and they're going to lead you in the right direction, and they're going to give you sound advice, hey, those are the kind of people that we need, you know. So be careful on how you respond to things. And another part of this is, like, especially like coming up, you know, like with like another virus, you know, you're going to hear people, you know, they're going to say stuff to you, like, because of a virus, and they're going to be afraid, and they're going to try to put their fears, they're not aware of that, but they're going to put their fears on you. So really think twice how you're going to respond to all of that. I love you so much. Let love guide you, not fear. And I can't take that statement on my own, but really let love guide you, not fear. And because when fear is, you know, if fear is guiding you, all chaos is going to happen, you know. That's when you're going to get triggered and do the wrong stuff, and you're going to, you know, respond in the wrong way. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to really calm down, take a breather or two, you know. So there are some things that actually help, and then there's some things that don't help out, you know. So there are times to do certain things that can help you to put things in order and help you to analyze it, you know, but sometimes it's not good to do those things when you're actually in the midst of it, you know, like where Starlight would smoke pot at certain times, because it helped me put stuff together and figure things out, you know. And also those dreams and numbers that I told you about before on the videos called Are You Searching for Guidance, will let you know how the universe speaks to you and helps you out with those that particular video. So if you haven't watched that video, there's other videos that is on my playlist about the universe and the archangels. Check those videos out, you know, because those videos will help you out. So when you're going through stuff, ask the universe, how do I, you know, what should I do? Like, how, you know, like, give me some insight, like how should I respond to this situation, So you can ask the archangels anything that you want, and they will guide you and give you numbers and dreams and all that stuff, where you got to take the time to study it so you know what the universe is trying to show you, so you know how to respond. But don't respond right away. Sometimes you're gonna, you don't have to give an answer to everybody right away. Sometimes, like, hey, I gotta think about this. Somebody might want you to do something, but you don't have to give an answer right away. You know what? I need to think about it. If you're not ready to give a yes or no answer, just say, hey, I need some time. I'm right now. I gotta figure things out before I give you an answer. So anyway, I know my minutes are going up, and I do love all of you. You can give this video a thumbs up, and you can also share my videos with your family, a friend, a cat, a dog, a squirrel. Starlight seen one of those today. And besides sharing my videos, you can subscribe, to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the notification bell, and you can follow me on, you can leave a message down below. Don't forget the message down below. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Digna Starlight. And like I said, I am learning my way around. I normally would have a lamp in front of me, and I don't have that. Of course, I'm not going to bring a lamp out here when I have the sun out here. So I gotta figure all this out, but please be patient with Starlight on these videos. And right now, I don't even know if I can edit anything right now. That is what I'm going to find out after I do this. So this week is definitely where I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn how to do this and not, what works, what doesn't work. So anyway, I love you. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for being here with me. And if anything, Starlight definitely could use your prayers. Starlight desires to have a great job where I can get some great money, some good money. Starlight is going to need, I desire to have a place to live again. I didn't think I was going to be moving out like this, but hey, things happen. I'm going to learn some stuff. That's the way I look at it. It's an experience, and I have a heart for homeless people, and here I am. So anyway, I do love you, and you have a great night. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.